Hello everybody out there in YouTube land. Good times for all, or Zachary Zabala here if you prefer. In this video, we're going to show you how to prepare your fire to get it started. So it lights with very much ease and not much trouble. This will just be the first part. The first step that I do, I find some dead dry grass. You can use pine needles. You can use pretty much anything that burns nice and quick. Dried up leaves are great. Not a lot of those around here where I'm at, so there's a lot of just wild tall grass that falls down and dies in here. And what I'm doing, you just go through and try not to kill anything that's green and living, and I just pick it up like that right off the ground. Okay? Now what I'm doing is I'm getting it away from all the other grass, the live grass. If you try to do this in the evening, a lot of it will be wet and it'll be hard to light, and it won't want to stay lit. So what I do is I get a bunch of it and I'll lay it out here on the pavement here, on this nice piece of concrete, or I mean, you can put it anywhere, just not, you don't want to put it in the grass, because the grass is going to get wet when the sun starts going down. And if you're not back at your fire spot where you want to start it, finding some easy starter is going to be hard to do. Some nice dry stuff. So what I do, I'll lay it out and I'll let it dry all day. Now you definitely don't need this much. I mean, this right here, this one little handful is more than enough to start a fire. But I like to be prepared. You know, you never know what's going to happen, and having a little bit of extra anything, you know, well, having extra of some things might hurt, but having extra dried grass and straw to burn isn't going to hurt. So I lay it out all day, preferably under an awning type thing, as long as it gets sun. You might have to move it around a little bit to make sure it stays dry, but so just in case it starts raining, it's not going to get wet. And this will give you some good starter for your fire right here. This is very important. If you want to try to start a fire with just one match, you need something that's going to catch real fast and help get hot enough to start burning other pieces of wood. So when after the grass dries and everything, and this afternoon when the sun's been high overhead for a little while, I'm going to go out and I'm going to start collecting wood, and I guess I'll see you then. Alrighty, see you here in a bit. Hello everybody out there. I am down here now collecting some sticks to get a fire started. I have my grass that is nice and dry up there. Few things you want to look for when you're looking for sticks. If you're out in a national forest, for one thing, make sure you're allowed to gather wood there. Most places will have spots designated for gathering wood. You can go to your local police or a ranger station, or even the BLM people that are working on site right there. They're real good about telling you where you can find firewood and all that kind of good stuff. Now, certain things you want to look for when you're looking for firewood. You don't want to get any rotted sticks. They're real hard to start burning, and it's not good burning. It's going to be, see how you get this, and it's just kind of falling apart in there. That's not the kind of wood you want, folks. You want nice dry wood that isn't buried. If it's buried, if half of your stick is buried, it's probably got some rotten going on. Here's a nice one. Can't break it. Nice, dry, hard. Now when you're looking to start your fire, you want to start off with little twigs. You can even go smaller than this. Just a little bit smaller than this to get it started. So I'll get a handful of one smaller than this, a handful this size. I'll get a bunch this size, and then I'll get some logs. But you want to get your fire going before you throw any logs, because the logs are going to take some heat to get started up. And you're not going to start a log on fire burning nothing but grass unless you use a whole lot of grass, and you don't have to use that much. So I'm going to go ahead and gather up some firewood here, and then we're going to go and start us a fire with one match. All right, I'll see you here in a little bit. All right, everybody. We now have... Watch out, Bubba. Watch out, babe. This is Hank, if you all don't know him yet. He's a good guy. Watch out, babe. Come here. Watch out. Okay, so we have our dried twigs, or our dried grass. Then we have a little handful of twigs about yay size. Then we go up a little bit more, a little bit bigger, even a little bit bigger here, and up to some small logs here. And then once you get that going, you can throw any size stuff on there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take the grass, the dried up grass, and you always want to make sure you have a fire pit, folks. You don't want to do this just on the ground somewhere where there's stuff that can, if you don't have a fire pit, gather some rocks and put them in a circle and make your own. It also helps to dig out a hole so you're on dirt instead of trying to start it on wet grass. So I will make a little ball here in the center and make it so I can stick my match, hope you can see that, like right in here, and it'll get it all going. It's kind of a windy day today, so this is going to be tricky. Now just lay these over the top, the little tiny twigs to start off. I'll grab a couple of these next. I'll usually do, I don't know, I start with 4 of them or so. And what I'm going to do with the nice 4 somewhat bigger ones is I'm going to make like a square around it. Just like that. Okay? And then I'm going to take some of these next size twigs up. And we're going to lay them across it. You don't want to smother your fire. You want air, you have to have airflow for your fire. So I don't just throw them all in there. I give them some space. Like that, and then I'll grab a couple more of the big ones, and it's almost like Lincoln logs, like a log cabin type thing. And I'll lay some more little ones on it. Now, wind is your friend and your enemy when you're starting a fire. It is very important to you might have to wait a little bit. You might have to wait just a second to get your fire going. If you're starting it with a match and you only have one, you don't want your match to be blown out right away by the wind, of course. I'll set that up there like that. Once you get them up so high, you know, you have a lot of nice airflow going through there. You don't have to worry too much more about. Make it so I can get to it. Okay, now it's kind of windy, so I'm going to have to wait a minute. But we got a good start right there. It's shouldn't be too bad there. It's going to, as you can see, I will be able to take one match and stick it down underneath there, and all this should light up. But I'm going to wait just a hair to let this wind die down a little bit. So I guess I'll be back here in a minute and wait for this wind to go away, and then we'll start this puppy up. See you here in a bit. All right, folks. Here we are. It's still kind of windy, but I'm just going to go ahead and try it, and we're going to see what happens here, okay? So I'll set you up. Hopefully you can see that. Make sure. Yeah, you can see that pretty good. There's a little small pack of wooden matches here. hopefully wait for a good time to strike. Come on, baby. Not the greatest matches. Oh, and hold your match tip down. Yeah, you want to always hold the head of your match down so it burns up the stick. Come on, baby. Got a nice breeze to come by, that's always good. After you see flame, a breeze coming by is just going to fuel that fire. All those little sticks in there should catch on fire just from that grass burning. And then those little sticks will then in turn burn the little bit bigger sticks, then in turn burn the bigger sticks. So we'll see if this works. I mean, I got a flame in there, but I'm not 100% certain that it's going to do what it needs to do still. Looks like we might have it. Yep, I think we're good. Okay, so once you have the littler sticks burning, now what you want to do is grab your bigger sticks. So I have some logs here, a little bit bigger logs, and we're going to kind of do the same thing that we did before. Kind of set them around it. Actually, I'm going to let it burn a little bit longer, I think. Oh, I'm sitting here looking at me when I should be showing you what I'm doing here. Same thing, like the square technique. Just put them over the edges. Now you can have some of them hanging off of your fire at the edge. They don't all have to be over the fire pit. They'll burn, they'll break, and then you can pick up the edge piece and throw it in there. But there you go, folks. Starting a fire with just one match on a windy day even. It's that simple. Once you know how, it makes it so much easier. Make sure you have a lot of nice ventilation in there and start with smaller and just work your way up. And there you go. You have fire. So that's it. Good times for all here. Signing out. If you like that and you'd like to see me be capable of making more videos like that, please click on the link below. And any amount that you can help support, it's very much appreciated. But I'm going to be doing a lot more videos like this. We're going to be doing some with water and all kinds of stuff like that. And yeah, I hope this helped. So it's good times for all. Signing out. As always, thanks for watching.